The day of the statehood of the Republic of Serbia is marked on the religious festival of Sretenje, presentation of Jesus at the temple, in memory of February 15, 1804, when in the little town of Orasac in the region of Sumadija, central Serbia, the battle for the final liberation from the 5 centuries Ottoman sway began. On the same day, on Sretenje, in 1835, at the assembly in the town of Kragujevac, central Serbia, the then Serbian capital, Prince Miloš Obrenović proclaimed the first Serbian constitution, which was regarded as one of the most liberal and modern constitutions in Europe. This date was taken as the beginning of the formation of modern Serbian state and has been celebrated as a national holiday since 2001. The first Serbian uprising was essentially a rebellion against tyranny, but grew into a revolution with national, religious and social demands, liberation of people from the Ottoman Turkish rule and feudal obligations, liberation of the Church from Islamic pressure, and the formation of an independent state turned to return into the circle of European nations. The uprising was preceded by a conflict between the court of the Ottoman Empire, known in diplomatic circles as the Sublime Porte or the High Porte, and the Janissaries, which had lasted throughout the 18th century. Wishing to win over the rebellious population of a border province called the Belgrade Pashaluk, the Porte, with Sultan Selim III at the helm, and by a series of laws from the late 18th century, guaranteed them certain benefits. Belgrade Pasha Haji Mustafa guaranteed the respect of Serb rights until 1801, when the Janissaries overthrew him and took over power. Atrocious crimes against the local population ensued, and preparations for an insurrection against the Janissaries began at the same time in the Valjevo region, with Duke Aleksa Nenadović at the helm, and in Sumadija with Karađorđe at the helm. The Janissaries, having learned about the preparations, brutally massacred numerous distinguished Serbs, including Dukes Aleksa Nenadović, Ilija Birčanin and Hadži Ruvim. Karađorđe managed to escape and to gather his supporters, so on Sretenje 1804 the uprising symbolically began, and in the following year the connection with the Porte officially ceased and independence was proclaimed. Serbia formed its state apparatus, a regular army and free trade, and schools and provisional hospitals were built. The first Serbian constitution was written by journalist Dimitrije Davidović and was enacted on February 15, 1835. It was divided into 11 chapters and 142 articles. It regulated everything from state insignia, the role of the state council, and the significance of the assembly and the prince itself in the new order. The prince and the council share the legislative and executive power on the model of the French constitutional tradition. Although it was in effect for a short while, as it was enacted without the consent of the Porte and Russia, the Sretenje constitution confirms the will of the Serbian people for constitutional rights and political freedoms, for which they fought in the decades to come as well. Since 2007, February 15 has also been celebrated as the Serbian Army Day, as military successes in the first Serbian uprising led to the creation of a Serbian state in the 19th century, when the organized forms of a future Serbian army appeared for the first time. This day is celebrated with receptions at the highest state level, military drills, exhibitions, and paying homage to participants in the uprising.